During the reign of Emperor Renzong, a group of European mercenaries travels to China in search of a new weapon they had heard about, gunpowder. They are being chased through the desert by nomads. As they defend themselves, taking out the attackers with arrows one by one, they reach a crossroads, hide and create a diversion. Now safe at night, one mercenary tells the Irishman William Garin and the Spaniard Pero Tovar that they have to turn back. They have been traveling for 6 months and have lost 20 men, surviving only by chance. They had heard that black powder turns air into fire and can kill a dozen men at once, but he questions if it might be a myth. They have no maps, no medicine, and no food. Suddenly, they are attacked by monsters in the shadows. Garin and Tovar manage to cut the hand off one of the monsters, though they don't see it clearly. They bring the hand with them, hoping to find someone who can identify what attacked them. At dawn, Garin and Tovar are tracked again by the nomads. In pursuit, they reach a wall, the Great Wall of China. The nomads keep a safe distance as Garin and Tovar contemplate surrendering to this unknown army, the Nameless Order, rather than going back to the nomads. They choose to surrender. Suddenly, a soldier bursts into a large room filled with combatants, rushing to the commander with an urgent message. Garin and Tovar are brought before the council, led by General Shao and strategist Wang. They openly contemplate escaping in English when Commander Lin surprises them by asking in English where they found the monster's hand. Taken aback, Garin replies that it wasn't found, it was taken. The creature killed 3 men before they took it down. 2 days' ride north in the mountains. They came to trade but were ambushed. Lin orders them stripped, discovering they are soldiers. The council debates their fate when another messenger bursts in. Drums roll, smoke signals flare across the wall, and soldiers spring into action. Garin and Tovar are taken to the dungeon. They plead for their lives, asking to know what they had killed. Wang informs them it was a Tao Tei, alien monsters that arrived on a meteorite and attack once every 60 years. The Nameless Order exists to combat them. The commanders are surprised by the monsters' first assault, which has come a week early. They are under attack again. Garin and Tovar are taken to the summit of the Great Wall, tied up as the Tao Tei horde approaches. They notice the soldiers' color-coded armor. Black for foot soldiers, red for archers, and blue, all women, whose role they don't yet understand. The soldiers look nervous. It's a big wall to be nervous on. Shortly after, a horde of Tao Tei assaults the wall. They attack with fireballs. The archers respond, and the female soldiers in blue engage fiercely. Some do not return, their ropes hauling them back, stained with blood. Garin and Tovar watch in silence. During the battle, they spot an Englishman, Ballard, signaling at them. They wonder why he is not tied up. Ballard came east 25 years earlier and has stayed ever since. Meanwhile, the Tao Tei Queen is revealed, surrounded by her stronger lieutenants. General Shao orders an attack on the Queen, but it fails. She is protected. The Queen then signals telepathically for her monsters to scale the wall. Ballard frees Garin and Tovar. They go into battle, displaying remarkable skill, saving the young warrior Peng Yong and killing 2 monsters, earning the Order's respect. Both sides suffer heavy losses before the Queen aborts the attack, retrieving her dead. General Shao and Commander Lin notice Garin and Tovar's performance, praising them for helping. They are given care and limited freedom. Peng Yong thanks Garin for saving his life. That night, Ballard approaches Garin and Tovar, asking what they came for. Garin replies they came for black powder. Ballard tells them he came for it 25 years ago, but finding it and leaving with it alive are 2 different things. Cleaned up, Garin and Tovar are presented to the general, celebrated and welcomed as guests. General Shao, having seen Garin's skill, challenges him to demonstrate more. Garin and Tovar perform a trick that impresses the crowd, earning a standing ovation. Later, Garin asks Lynn, who taught her English. She says, "Sir Ballard." He then asks why Ballard hasn't been allowed to leave after 25 years and what their own fate will be. Tovar, eating aggressively, tells Ballard he's not planning on staying that long. Ballard warns him to keep those plans private. Lynn explains she was brought to the army at the age of 5. Garin was gifted to the army as a cleaner, later learning to fight for food and eventually for money. Ballard introduces Garin and Tovar to black powder, explaining the Order has more advanced weapons. The 3 Europeans secretly plan to steal gunpowder and flee during the next monster attack. Wang discovers that Garin's magnet was responsible for protecting them. He explains the Tao Tei's nature. They eat anything alive or dead and bring food to their queen so she can reproduce. The wall exists to keep the monsters from reaching millions of people in China. If they did, humanity would never be able to eradicate them. That night, 2 Tao Tei reach the top of the wall. General Shao is killed, saving Lin, ambushed by creatures attacking from both sides. In his dying moments, he places Commander Lin in charge of the Nameless Order. His funeral lights up the skies. An envoy from the capital arrives with an ancient scroll, suggesting the monsters are pacified by magnets. Wang believes Garin's stone enabled him to kill the Tao Tei earlier. To test the theory, Garin proposes they capture a Tao Tei alive. Lin says no nets can hold it, but Garin interjects they will hunt it like a whale, spearing it and hooking it by the bone, something he saw done in Spain. This delays the escape plan, angering Tovar, who confronts Garin. Garin insists on helping. The soldiers prepare to capture the monster. In a deep fog, Ballard and Tovar wait for Garin. On his way to escape, Garin hesitates. His conscience holds him back. Ballard suggests leaving without him, but Tovar refuses. They need Garin's bow skills. The soldiers launch a spear laced with sedative, hooking a Tao Tei, but the intelligent creatures try to free it. Garin returns to the fight, teaching them how to isolate one from the others using a fireball fence. When the chain breaks, Garin scales the wall to secure it, defended by Tovar. The firewall begins to fail. Garin shoots a whistling arrow, signaling Lin to deploy the black powder. The blast saves them, and the Order captures a Tao Tei. Garin wakes later under Lin's watch. She thanks him, giving him black powder, but warning it's a terrible weapon that might be better left unseen. They test the magnet theory on the captured Tao Tei. It works. However, the Imperial envoy takes the creature to the capital for the Emperor. Tovar angrily tells Garin he's trying to be a hero, but he's really a thief, liar, and killer. Suddenly, another attack begins. It's revealed that the earlier assaults were distractions for the Tao Tei to dig a tunnel under the wall. While Lin investigates, Tovar and Ballard steal black powder, scrolls, and weapons, escaping. Garin catches them, but they knock him out. Lin and Wang predict the monsters are 2 days from the capital. Meanwhile, the envoy reaches the capital and presents the Tao Tei to the young emperor. Garin wakes imprisoned, accused of betrayal. Lin confronts him, but Peng Yong testifies to his innocence. In the desert, Ballard tricks Tovar and escapes with the black powder, only to be captured by nomads. Back at the wall, the soldiers inflate massive black powder balloons to fly to the capital. Garin is freed, Lin's final order, and told he may take what he needs to leave. Learning Lin is already in the air en route to the capital, Garin asks for his bow and joins the mission, with Peng Yong alongside him. In the bandits' camp, Ballard's stolen powder is thrown into a fire, killing everyone. From the air, the flying army sees the destruction left by the Tao Tei. In the capital, Lin is cornered, but saved by Garin. They spot the queen being fed and know they can't attack while she eats. They crash into the city center. And are taken before the sacred king. Tovar now has the remaining black powder but is pursued by wall soldiers. The plan is to attach explosives to the captured Tao Tei and let it return to the queen. En route, they're ambushed. Peng Yong is wounded and young soldiers sacrifice themselves to buy time. Removing the magnet, they release the monster, which is allowed into the queen's presence. From atop a tower, Lin and Garen take aim. But their first arrow is blocked. The queen signals to destroy the tower. Wang throws them the magnet as it collapses. Their second shot is also blocked. And the queen spots them. They barely escape. In a last move, Garen throws the magnet into the horde, creating a gap for Lin's spear carrying the last explosive to strike. The queen is killed. And the rest of the horde dies. Back at the wall, Garen visits the imprisoned Tovar. Offered black powder as a reward, Garen instead chooses to take Tovar home, to Tovar's annoyance. Lin and Garen exchange farewells and the two men leave the wall escorted by soldiers. As you've probably noticed, this is one of the few videos on our channel. Please like, subscribe, and turn on notifications to encourage us to create more content.